Hello everyone, I'm Rachel and you're listening to Let's Talk Avatar. This is a watch through of The Legend of Korra. Isaac and I will be discussing each episode and giving our opinions on it. Just as a reminder, this podcast does contain spoilers for The Legend of Korra. This is a teen-rated podcast, so listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Let's Talk Avatar podcast. I am Isaac.
And I'm Rachel.
And today we will be discussing episode 11 of Legend of Korra, and it is called The Ultimatum. Say that one 3 times fast.
Ultimatum. Ooh, I did
passed.
good.
Okay, so basically...
No, we don't explain the episode anymore, remember?
Okay. Basically...
So,
bossing size and ruins.
We're going to be real with you guys. Isaac's going to be real with you guys. He didn't watch all of it. He told me he did. And then right before we were going to record, he goes, so, funny story. I actually fell asleep in the middle.
Okay, but if you fall asleep, you're still your subconscious is still...
Were you dreaming about it? Did you have dreams?
No.
So it doesn't count. You couldn't even create it in your dream world, an alternate reality
Anyways, Bossing Say is literally in ruins.
Yeah, burning, thanks to here.
Burning down to the ground. Anarchy. Total chaos. We love it. Well, I don't know.
You love that? I mean, the Earth Queen's gone,
It gives me major season 8 Game of Thrones vibes where, like, King's Landing is burning. Because it's, like... this big city hub of the world, pretty much, and then it's just, boom, dead.
Yeah, I feel that.
Also, Mako and Bolin's grandma, little sus right there.
Yeah, a little weird that, like, out of everything that she could save in the entire apartment was the picture of the queen, who is dead, and really did nothing to help her people.
Yeah. Anyways, they get out of there... in that airship. For some reason, they let Mako fly it. Or not Mako, Bolin.
No, Bolin wants to fly it because he's like, I can do this. And then Mako does it. Because he's like, I dated a Sami, so I know how to fly airships. A Sami.
I saw a meme today of a Sami walking forward.
The one you showed me?
And then it's like, you know that meme where it's like the 2 girls, one of them's walking closer to the camera, and then there's a girl, like a couple of a girl and a guy, and they're facing like backwards, but the girl's looking back or the guy's looking back. Mm-hmm. It was like that, but instead of
was it Mako and Korra, and then Mako's looking back at Asami? No,
Korra's looking back at Asami because it's usually the guy looking back, but Korra's like, let me get some of that.
I love that. There's some pretty funny memes in the Avatar community, not gonna lie. Yeah. Some of them I think are so funny, and then I feel like no one else thinks they're as funny as I did. But, you know, it is what it is.
NGL,
they're
pretty good.
NGL, pretty good.
Do you ever think of conversations in your head or how you're gonna, like, what you're gonna say to someone if they ask you a certain question, and then in your head you say LOL in replace of, like, where you would laugh? Or is that too thought out?
I feel like I do that when I know, like, if you're having an interview or you're going to be talking with someone that you're kind of nervous to talk to about, I'll replay stuff. But I don't know if I ever... Maybe I do go LOL, but I don't... I try and write out LOL when I write letters. And I feel like that's too much. I'm like, wait. People send... Like, when I do emails for my school, the teachers I'm, like, corresponding with... they'll write a joke or something, put like, ha ha ha, and I'm like, okay, so that's how I'm gonna have to express not LOL.
But
LOL's everyone just so much simpler.
And everyone understands it. Like, it's like universal, right?
Yeah, at this point, LOL is universal. Something I wanted to mention about this episode that I really loved is, Isaac, of course, missed this part. Korra goes to the spirit world to find Zahir, but instead of Zahir, she finds Iroh. And she's at a loss because at this point, obviously, we know she has no connections to any avatars, not even Aang. So she is the only one besides Wan who is left to her own devices, I guess. Like, she has no one else to ask questions to, depend on, get guidance from, except Iroh, and Iroh tells her, you know, Zuko was Aang's best friend, so maybe he's someone you should talk to. And it's like, oh yeah, that's the meme I saw where it was like, Zuko knows Aang better than anyone, and Katara's like, what am I? Like, it's like, what am I?
He
like,
my best friend. You're a real bad bitch.
Let's make a edit of that. We can make those edit videos, and it's like this. You know what I'm talking about? Like the
Oh yeah, where it like speeds up randomly.
like speeds up and like slams into the next slide, and it's showing pictures of them.
It's like
That's my best friend. And it's just pictures of Aang and Zuko.
oh no, nope.
We gotta do it. Anyway, I always love seeing Iroh, and then Korra goes to talk to Zuko about it, and she mentions Iroh, and the look on his face is just like pure excitement and happiness, and it made me happy because I was like, oh, Zuko, I just want you to be connected with your uncle again. But anyway, I loved that moment for sure. Also, this episode... For sure. FS. Does anyone use that? These episodes don't really have any kind of like special thing to them, you know? Like, there's no real excitement. Season 3 just wasn't that exciting for me, at least the beginning was, and the ending so far has just kind of been like, okay, I want Korra to fight Sahir. Can we get there?
FS.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't...
There's not even... That's how I feel. There's not even much to say. Because honestly, anytime the airbenders are involved... I'm really not that interested. I feel so bad for saying that. Like, Jinora, I love Jinora. She's one of my favorite characters. But the rest of them, I really just don't care about them. They don't make me care about the airbenders. I mean, I want there to be an airbending society because that's what Aang's worked so hard for. And I want that, but like, airbenders in general, like, I just kind of like, I don't care. Let me know if you feel the same way. I feel like we're going to get a lot of people who are going to be like, are you kidding me?
Okay, I feel like we have such strong opinions and such, like, strong in a sense that's just, like, if we really like it, we vocalize that we really like it with you guys. Or if we really don't like it, we vocalize we really, really don't like it. But that's because we love this series and this show and this whole world that they've created, so... We're going to have strong opinions, and take it with a grain of salt because we're not like, we don't actually, I don't know, like I love airbenders and I want more from them, just not this specific group of airbenders, personally.
Yeah, I totally agree with all of that. And you know, every time we rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra, my opinions do change. Not, I mean, completely, but there are some things that I start to see differently, you know? So I'm not saying my opinions won't change on these airbenders, but for right now, it stayed the same, like, through the last few. Actually, all of the watch-throughs we've seen of them.
Yeah, that's, like, the one consistency in there.
The airbenders.
It's just because they're random people, for one.
Like, okay, when Sahir shows up with the Red Lotus to attack them, I don't care. Like, I feel like that's really messed up to say. But the writers, in my opinion, did not do a good enough job making us care about the airbenders. Maybe you do care about them, and if you do, I'm glad that the writing conveyed that to you. But for me personally, this season did not do that for me.
This is how I feel about the airbenders in this season. If we're going to spend a whole half of a season looking and meeting these new airbenders, why don't we use that time to build their character as well?
Yeah.
Why are we just, like, throwing them away?
Or I guess, like, really look into airbending deeper. You know, like, I actually am interested in airbending. I'm really interested.
They could have done this cool, like, harmonic convergence realization with each person they meet. It opens up, like, a new dialogue to what harmonic convergence did. That would have been awesome, and it would have made me care about the airbenders more because I've been like, I would have thought like, oh, they're the product of something so rare.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you want them to be there, and I'm happy that airbenders are a thing again because Aang wanted that so badly, and you care about Aang, so you care about these people. But in other words, I don't know, it's just not. They're not interesting characters to me. Like, of course, Tenzin he's a main character. You have Jinora, and these are all people, like, I'm interested in. But the rest of them, I really don't care about. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't... If they weren't in the show, I wouldn't care. This
For
season
FS.
actually made me more interested in Korra's character than anyone else's. Actually, Asami's too.
Same.
Asami and Korra, for me, have been the characters in this season that I've really cared. Even, actually, no, Mako and Balloon. Actually... The gang. The Avatar gang
Actually,
are the people...
literally every character except for the airbenders.
Literally everyone except for the airbenders and
Except
Kaya.
for you.
That is how I feel. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, to each their own, but that's just my opinion on it. And like I said, I want the best for them, but I just don't really care about them. And I can't wait to see the next 2 episodes and get into season 4.
I can't wait for Korra to be poisoned. No, that's...
No.
If I'm being honest...
Hold on. But her being poisoned leads to such great development for her character. You know?
Takes forever. But anyways,
Yeah, but we get to see Toph in the meantime. And we get to go back to the swamp. Are you upset about that? Huey. I wish they would, like, do a callback
no, his
to
name's
him.
Hugh, but...
Oh, Hugh. But we call him Huey? Is that...
What's that, like, old rap song where it's like, Huey or something like that?
What? I don't know.
Anyone in the comments below... Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, but I want to play the K-pop song Tiger Eyes for everyone to see if they can figure out what, like, 90s early... Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna say something.
Oh, sorry.
No. I didn't mean that in like a stop talking. I meant that in like a...
No, I got you.
I'm trying to like... Okay,
Me and Isaac have this thing where we have to, like, make sure people know that we're not meaning stuff in a, like, rude way. Like, I'll say something to Isaac, and Isaac, I know how he is, because obviously he's my brother. I've known him my whole life, or his whole life. So I know
I'm adopted.
I know the way he
Just
takes
kidding.
things. And so sometimes when I'm joking with him, I know he thinks I'm being serious. So I have to emphasize to him after I say a joke, like, hey, I'm just joking. I don't really mean that. Plus, I'm kind of a mean joker. If you guys haven't gathered that from mine and Isaac's interactions.
She's a mean joke.
I'm a baddie in that way.
Also,
I'm going to be writing a song. It's called, what is it called? Something
Don't.
baddie.
Don't.
Baddie bet.
Yes. That's actually a good one.
It's called about, like, you gotta choose who you're going to bet on. Like, which baddie are you going to bet on? More details to come. We're actually creating an album. So, stay tuned.
You guys think we're joking, but we're not.
Just wait.
Anyway, so Korra, going back to Korra being poisoned, I literally physically feel ill whenever I see those episodes, even the thumbnails, because I remember how just evil it was and how, like, hard that was for her and everyone else. It's just so... It's such a dark time in the Avatar universe, and they've really conveyed that to the viewer.
You know, with Zahir's character, I understand that he is fighting for something he truly believes in, and I believe everyone has a right to that, but he is evil. Like, he takes things, even with the Earth Queen, the way, like, trust me, I don't care for her. Do not care about her character. I'm glad she's dead,
but
to be
I
honest.
wouldn't kill her.
But the way she died, yeah, I wouldn't kill her, but the way that she is killed by Zahir, and then the way he poisons Korra, it's just so meticulous, and that is, like, it's so sociopathic to me, you know?
Well, and it's very impulsive. It's like, once the time is there...
No, I don't even think it's impulsive. I feel like it is planned out, but he makes it seem impulsive, you know?
I guess...
I I think it's impulsive on who he's doing it to, but I feel like he's thought about how to kill people in those ways, if that makes sense.
So dark.
You know what I mean? But it's a dark, like you said, it's a dark part of the series.
Yeah, this whole season is... And we've already talked about, like, how creepy of a character Zahir is. Like,
Yeah.
just him alone.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I wanted to say, oh, you were talking about Korra getting, like, poisoned and how it makes you feel ill. What does that for me is when in season 4 in the beginning when Toph is bending the poison out of her. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
Ooh, literally gives me shivers. It's so, like, I feel so bad for her. She, as an avatar, she goes through so much. And I felt like when we first watched it, Korra would bother me a lot in some aspects. And so when she was first poisoned, I was kind of like, okay, well, she's Avatar, she's going to get over it. But when I've rewatched it, I've thought to myself, like, man, how many Avatars have gone through something? Like, she's gone through so much in just her teenage years. You know, she's not even fully an adult. Like, she still hasn't experienced so much life, and she's gone through so much.
Can we...
And she keeps going. She keeps persevering and getting back up. Like, that is something I truly do respect about Korra's character.
Can we talk about how well the creators transitioned from The Last Airbender to Korra? And by transition, not really a transition, because it's kind of a harsh reality. It's like we're in the future now, but I mean that in like, it feels fluid in how things evolved, if that makes sense.
Oh, like
And-
Republic City coming to be the characters
yeah,
where
and
they're at
even
now.
the threat levels and what Korra has to learn as opposed to what Aang had to learn and deal with. That's why I think we really can't compare them, or why the conversation always goes south when we compare them, because there's no comparing there.
Well, because at the end of the day, Korra is made for teenagers and older. Avatar,
But
The Last Airbender is a children's show.
But even taking that out of it, because there was still a lot of like adult themes in The Last Airbender, it's like they were two different storylines, two different timelines,
Yeah.
two different realities.
Well, yeah. I think that's the thing is, and I think a lot of people prefer Avatar: The Last Airbender or put more of a focus on Avatar: The Last Airbender because it's more nostalgic for a lot of us, which I understand that. And I mean, I honestly prefer Avatar: The Last Airbender over Korra just because of that, and because you care for the gang so much more in Avatar than you do Korra, in my opinion. But
Shout out to the game.
it's hard, like you said. Yeah, comparing them it's tough because first of all, two different age groups, two different time eras, two different avatars with different bending styles, different mentors. You know, like it's hard, but it's hard not to compare because obviously it's the only it's the only Avatar universe related stuff we have besides the comics, and I don't know how many people actually read the comics.
If I'm being honest, the only thing that kept me watching well, not the only thing, but one of the main things, I guess, because obviously I wanted to keep watching it because it is Avatar, but the main thing was the advancements, like the metal benders and how they use their like coils. Mm-hmm. Like just that in general, the technology and evolution of it was so entertaining and interesting at the same time.
They did do a good job in what you're saying in transitioning from. I mean, it's been how many years since Avatar: Last Airbender?
I think it was like
60 years.
70.
It's been a while, and I think the advancements they have made make sense. You know,
Yeah.
because I mean, think about all that's conspired, and we don't know the things that Aang's gone through and what he's done to bring balance to the world and what's changed. You know what I mean?
Where is Baby Hope, though?
Yeah, that's a real question. Where's Baby Hope?
Like, what was her timeline?
Honestly, I want a Baby Hope story. Can we submit our ideas to Avatar Studios? Is that a thing? We're like,
I mean, I'm sure we could, but they'd probably just be
we
like,
just want to know what happened
"Why?"
to Baby Hope. No one else. And Sokka. I want a Sokka storyline. If Avatar Studios does not give me a Sokka storyline, I will riot.
Am I the only one that's fine without it?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I don't want any more information on Sokka. I think we already know what he's about. I don't need his...
No, I can't believe you're saying this. Honestly,
I feel the same way with Katara, Toph, Aang.
take Toph, give me Sokka. Hands down how I feel. Sokka was like one of my favorite characters. He still is one of my favorite Avatar characters. And I am just so sad that he's just dead. He's gone with no answers, no real storyline. Just sucks. Suki, I would love like a Suki Sokka storyline if they're still together. I'd hope they're still together. Suki has her comic coming out. I pre-ordered it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. I'm excited for that. Suki deserves it.
What's it about again?
Honestly,
just like her as a Kyoshi warrior.
I don't know. I didn't read the summary. I didn't want to spoil it for myself. I mean, I'm interested in reading stuff, but I know like I was going to buy it regardless of what it's about just cuz it's Avatar and it's Suki. But sometimes when you look up, not sometimes, actually every time I look up anything coming up that I pre-order, I learn too much about that I don't want to know yet. You know, like I don't want things spoiled for me. And some people get a preview of it. Some people like really just research every little thing. And so they come up with all these theories. And sometimes those theories are correct. So I'm like, you know what? Leave me out of the theories, please.
FS.
For sure.
But anyways, I think that is it for this episode. And we will be back sometime in the future.
Sorry, it's Tuesday and this is going up. Or technically Wednesday, probably. Wait, no, it's Tuesday. It's going to be Tuesday.
In like an hour.
Yeah, it's still Monday for us, guys. So we're not completely late. But yes, thank you guys for listening. Let us know your opinions on Korra in season 3. How do you feel about it? Have you rewatched it recently? Have your ideas changed? How do you feel about the airbenders? Let us know. As always, thank you guys so much for listening. We really do appreciate you, and we will see you guys again with the ending of season 3, which, by the way, ending of season 3 comes with a Korra themed giveaway, so stay tuned to our Instagram, which is Let's Talk Avatar. That's it. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. You can find us on our website at nonessentialmedia.com, on Twitter at Let's Avatar, and on Instagram at Let's Talk Avatar. Join us next week for another episode. And as always, thank you so much for all your support.